Kentucky team trailed defending national champion Arkansas by 6 points with 38 seconds left in overtime in the Southeastern Conference Tournament Championship, and won. We rallied from 10 down in the final minute to beat Tennessee my first year at Louisville. And in 2005, we trailed West Virginia by 20 points in an NCAA tournament regional final game and won to reach the Final Four. Here is the important common denominator in all those comebacks. They began with positive energy on the floor, on the bench, and in the team huddles. They began with a belief that things would get better if we persevered through adversity, trusted each other, and worked together. They began with a conviction that consistent effort, even against long odds, inevitably would turn the tide. They began with a reliance on the fundamentals that made us a successful team to begin with, and we didn't desert them in a crisis. They began with a single good play, and a certainty that one good play would lead to another, and another, and another, until the deficit was gone and the game was won. The most important thing I did in the course of those comebacks was to build my players' self-esteem. Don't tear them down for the mistakes that got the team in those holes to begin with. Build them up to the point where they felt capable of making the plays that would result in victory. When people feel extraordinary, you get extraordinary results. When people feel ordinary, you get ordinary results. I'm not talking about false patronage. Don't tell little Johnny he's going to be president when he's not doing well in the classroom. They have to deserve it. And when they do deserve it, you have to reinforce it in stressful times. There have been times when I've not been as positive with my teams during games. I have succumbed to the frustration of the moment and filled the huddle with negative energy, telling them, this is what you deserve because you practiced poorly. There certainly is a time for constructive criticism, and even an outright tail-chewing, but it's generally not when you're trying to rally people to redouble their efforts and perform at a higher level. That deprives your team of the hope that it can come back in adverse situations. When it comes to team dynamics, on a basketball court or in a corporate setting, maintaining a positive atmosphere is crucial. The most positive basketball team I've been around was in the 1986-87 season at Providence College. We played an excellent Georgetown team 4 times that season. We won the first game at home, a game where I almost got into a heated verbal altercation on the sidelines with the great coach of the Hoyas, John Thompson. Afterward, Big John, a glowering 6'10" Providence alum, draped an arm around my shoulders and said, I'm proud of what you're doing with my alma mater, but when you come to D.C., we're going to kick your ass. Big John was true to his word. His team not only killed us at home, but did it again in the Big East Conference tournament. After that game, I tried to stay as positive as possible with our team going into Selection Sunday, when the NCAA tournament bracket is unveiled. I told my players, let's enjoy this experience, work hard, and see what we accomplish. The only team that has our number is Georgetown, and we won't see them again. Sure enough, the bracket was released, and we were in the same region as Georgetown. If both of us won our first 3 games, we'd meet in the regional final for the chance to go to the Final Four. Still, that seemed like a long shot for us. But lo and behold, we won our first 3 games and squared off with the Hoyas for a 4th time. Before that game, I poured on the positive energy. I told our players, in every great achievement, you need some luck, and you guys are the luckiest bunch I've ever seen. The one thing you'd want is to play a team that will take you lightly, and that's Georgetown. You have the biggest psychological advantage of all time. We also went to work tactically for that game, completely changing our offense from shooting 3-pointers on the perimeter to attacking the basket. It worked. We shocked the Hoyas and won easily, advancing to the Final Four to highlight a fairy tale season. Current University of Florida coach Billy Donovan was the best player on that Providence College team. Years later, Billy asked me whether I really believed that pep talk about how lucky the team was to draw Georgetown again. Absolutely not, I told him, laughing. But when you're trying to overcome an obstacle, sometimes that's what it takes. Being relentlessly positive can be the only way to come back and defeat towering negativity. In recent years, I've had to apply those same comeback fundamentals to adversities greater than anything encountered in a single basketball game. In about 8 months, from January